And what does perfectionism in the workplace look like?
Perfectionism can pop up in the workplace in several different areas. So I'll focus on kind of two different people, right? So the first one is job seekers. So these job seekers, oftentimes when people look at a job application, they feel as if they have to fit every single standard. Like, I need to line up to this perfectly or else I'm going to fail. But I tell people, especially as a career coach, is just apply, right? The worst that they could say is no. And 99% of the skills within the job, they can be learned. So as long as you have those ideas of kind of being a sponge in learning and eager to gain knowledge, don't let that idea of I need to be exactly perfect and meet every single expectation in order to go forward with the role, right? I think also perfectionism when you're in the workplace, right? Like as a worker, oftentimes, you're trying to receive approval of others, overthinking about what others think. Like, oh my gosh, like I cannot turn this project in until it's 100% perfect. But at the end of the day, your definition of perfect is not going to match maybe somebody else's expectation, which can just lead to this cycle of frustration. And then also from a managerial level, not only can you be hard on yourself and have that inner critic come out and say, oh, I should have done it this way. It needs to be like this. But then as a manager, if you're not attuning to your emotions and realizing what perfectionism is and how it bleeds into the workplace, you can actually project that onto your direct reports of, hey, you need to do this. And it's going to make your direct reports feel like they're walking on eggshells. Like no matter what they do, it's not going to meet your standards. So again, there's a lot of different ways in which it can pop up in the workplace. I know for me, for example, in particular, when I was in a corporate America job, of course, I had some of these things kind of going on within that workspace. But I think for me, the biggest one was when I actually became an entrepreneur. And before I even considered, switching to career coaching, life coaching, which I thought was my purpose from the Lord, I know that He planted that seed in my heart, and I had the clarity that I wanted to jump into that. I hit so many self-limiting beliefs. And a lot of it stemmed from perfectionism of, you're too young. You should be doing like this. You should have more experience. You're never going to make it. Like all of these self-limiting beliefs that actually delayed my timeline of entrepreneurship until a couple years later. But for me, what it took is really understanding what the Lord thinks of me is that I don't have to work to receive His approval. He already gave it to us. It is unearned approval. Like we already have it because Christ died on the cross for us, right? So after realizing that, and oh my gosh, like I no matter what I do, the Lord loves me. And if I'm serving His mission and I'm being His servant and I'm helping people get to that point of meeting Christ at the cross, then I'm okay. I'm invincible. So that confidence in really deconstructing those standards of perfectionism allowed me to become an entrepreneur, to become a career coach and life coach, and help others in this as well. Because when you're transitioning careers, that's a huge thing of like transitioning industries, transitioning roles, positions. Am I going to be okay? Am I going to be qualified? But the Lord asks us to say yes and to try and to have that confidence and have faith in Him that He's actually going to bring us forward in that sense. So that's, again, the long answer to the question, but that's a lot of different ways in which perfectionism can pop up, but it's understanding where that stems from and how we can use the Lord's truth in order to overcome some of those tendencies.
That's great. Thanks, Anna.
You're welcome.